Well, well, well. What do we have here? This is Matt from Until We Agree. And? Oh, that's right. Tyler's not here. We'll talk in a second. Hit it, Hutch.
You know what it is now. Boys and girls of the podcast world. Matt and Tyler on the mics. They're gonna stay here until they agree. They're gonna stay here until they agree. Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
That's right, Rat Pack. Welcome back to Until We Agree, the only podcast that keeps going until we agree. I'm Matt, not joined this week by Tyler, and I know I framed it weird. I framed it like Tyler's in trouble. I'm going to be the bigger man right now, and I'm going to admit Tyler's not in trouble. I would argue no one's in trouble. Most people would probably argue we're both in trouble. For those of you who don't know, we like to record these bad boys on Mondays. We don't really think about the recording ahead of time unless we know we have something coming up that we have to work around. But look, it's a holiday weekend. We weren't working today. I myself got to play golf. This is cool. I'm gonna admit it. This is cool. I shot my best round of all time today. I shot a 74, which I know some people are probably like, it's nothing. But for me, I've come a long way to get to that point. And how cool, a 74 on a holiday, on a Monday, no less. So I think everyone around here knows how we feel about Mondays. But this one was okay. But something tells me next week is just going to be bad again. But all that being said, I don't know what Tyler did today. I like to catch up with him. I love this podcast. Really, that's one of the main things I love about this podcast is I love catching up with my boy Tyler, my best man, my muse, my Mona Lisa, my Arc de Triomphe. What's one more? My Titanic. He's a great guy, and I miss him this week. But we're doing long distance. This podcast has just been a great way for us to keep in touch and just kind of keep building on this special relationship that we've built. But life happens, and I personally, and I think he's the same way. I didn't think about the podcast until he texted me and said late at night and said, "Dude, we didn't do the podcast today." Never once even crossed my mind, and that's unfair to the Rat Pack. I know. And I'm very sorry about that. We're here giving you the best we've got, but sometimes life happens. And what we decided to do, because this is serious, and Tyler, I think, by the way, I think he was the same way because obviously he texted me late, and because he's usually the one who doesn't remind me, but he's got a more fluid schedule typically on Mondays, and so I usually let him be like, hey, let's do this, and so we just it just didn't cross our minds today. But we're thinking about it, but it just never crossed the mind. We're having too much fun. You know what they say about that. But yeah, no more fun for us. We're just doing the podcast. Tyler will be here in a second. Not live, but he sent me a text because he's not at it. He's not at his house, and we couldn't facilitate getting this bad boy live for you like you deserve every Tuesday. If he has to be live, and life happens. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Life happens. But all that being said, I hope you had a great long weekend. What we're gonna do this week is we're gonna let you know that we're deciding right now that we're gonna take a good long look in the mirror this week and see what happened to us on the pod. And how we got to this point where we're having to do this random episode where we're not together. But our promise to you is that we're gonna figure out where we're taking this bad boy. Does that mean we never do another episode ever again? Maybe. But that's a discussion for another time. So if we never do another episode ever again, just know it's been a great run. But our promise to you is that we'll be back next week to continue this podcast, and we'll let you know where our direction is going. But if we don't come back next week, just know that the direction we're going is this thing's just done because we failed you this week. But we will be back next week, and we'll let you know if we decide to cancel the podcast and then come back and keep doing it, because this bad boy is going to the moon. While we're here, while I've got you, this is just Matt from Until We Agree. Follow us on Instagram at Until We Agree. Follow us on TikTok at Until We Agree. We got some great stuff going on over there. This podcast has stuff there. This podcast is everywhere. We would so appreciate a follow. It really gets us fired up. We've had a great week on the podcast, and that's why we feel so silly. We were just silly this week. We just didn't have it, and I don't know why we didn't have it, but we just didn't get it together. But yeah, if you can give us a follow, give us a like, give us a rating if you're listening on a platform that gives ratings, and just tell your friends, tell the world about the Rat Pack. Get on the ride with us, and we're excited to see where this bad boy goes. But yeah, who knows? This may be the last episode. We'll be back next week to tell you if this was the last episode or not. But that's just good, clean fun. What else happened? What else happened this week? I watched 3 movies this weekend, which was really cool. I can recommend 2 of them to you, and then I don't know if I can recommend the third, but it was also okay too. The first one, for those of you who are big into squid culture, big into not squid. I almost said marsupial. It's not marsupial either. Octopus. What is an octopus? I don't know exactly like what they're like. Their genetic family is, but watch this movie called Remarkably Bright Creatures. It's on Netflix. It crushes. I'm not gonna lie. I was hesitant to get into it because, like I kind of teased in the beginning, the movie is based on like one of the main characters is an octopus, like an actual. Everyone else is real life. This is like a real life. Like we're in like we're like in Washington State, and people working in an aquarium, and the narrator and one of the like active participants in the movie is an octopus. And I'm like, and I know you're thinking, what are we doing here? But it was endearing. It was sweet. And the octopus is played by the guy who played Doc Ock from the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire. I was like, I recognize this voice, but who is it? And then you look it up on Letterboxd, and it's Doc Ock. And it's like, has there ever been more perfect casting than that? But so that was great. Next day, let me fast forward to Send Help starring Rachel McAdams. And everyone, I think, knows how we feel about Rachel McAdams on this podcast, the star of Wedding Crashers, just our favorite, which is my entire favorite movie of all time. She can do no wrong in our eyes. And so she was in this movie where like her and Dylan O'Brien get in a plane crash and have to survive on a deserted island. It's not a desert at all. It's quite tropical. But they're just off the coast of Thailand, which brings me to an important point that I started to talk about earlier and then I forgot about it. Our brand new country this week for our listener base is Thailand, which is so cool. Don't have much about Thailand. I was trying to pull something from deep down. I don't know much about Thailand, but I know they're in Southeast Asia. And I know that the movie Send Help starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien is loosely based in an outlying island in the Thailand region. But yeah, super fun movie. Kind of gets a little wacky. But that's part of the joy for it. Joy of it. And then last night we watched this movie called Maybe I Do, which we thought was starring the same people, starring these like young people, and they're in it for sure. Like they're young and they're in love and they're trying to figure this whole thing out. So like that's how they kind of like tease the story. But it turns out it's actually just like this like super stacked cast of like old people. It was Susan Sarandon, Diane Keaton, Richard Gere, and William H. Macy. And they're actually what the real story is about. It's like all these like parents who are like have like these like secret lives with each other that no one else knows about, obviously. But they're coming to a head because they just found out that their kids are dating, and it's wacky. But it is, out of the 3 movies I just told you, it is the third best one by like a fairly safe margin. It did something that I've never seen a movie do before though, and you gotta give it credits to that. I've never in my life had to like check a movie that's streaming. I've never had to click on it and see if it accidentally started at the end, like in the credit scene, because the movie starts with over 3 minutes of a black screen credit scroll. saying like all like the people who are in the movie, all the directors, it literally feels like the end of a movie. And like I know that there's opening credits, but they're always like attached to like some like visual that's like setting the scene for you, like while like the opening song is playing and saying all the big names that were a part of the movie. But no, there was a song playing, but it was a black background with white text on it saying, "Oh, hey, this is Richard Gere. He's in this movie. Get ready for that. This is William H. Macy. He's also in this movie. This movie is directed by this guy, produced by this guy." And it's 3 minutes of credit scroll of just that, and it's black screen. I've never seen that before. It was like one of those things where it's like, do we turn the movie off before we even get started? Because like, if that's like their creative direction to open the movie for 3 minutes, like it's 3 minutes of the movie. It's getting me fired up again. But yeah, so that was something that happened. I think we're at here's the thing, Rat Pack. I wanted to like be able to clickbait this and like get people to listen, because I get it. It's gonna be a short episode. There's no denying that. I've been going back and forth over the last hour or so of like, should I do this? Should I not do it? Because like, what if I attempt a world record live on air? How cool would that be? And the only one I could like think of is like, can I hold the longest like single sustained note on one breath ever? Obviously, I doubt it. If I'm being totally real with you, I doubt it. But what if I could, And so I've been going back and forth, and I feel like we're flowing right now. I think I should go for it. It's like, I think the world record is 2 minutes and 1 second. And I'm going to give you this guy, it's a tough listen. I'm not going to lie to you. His name is Richard Fink the Fourth. And this is on the official Guinness World Records YouTube channel. And then the top comment is me trying to sleep at 3 a.m. And then the next line goes mosquitoes : and then I think that implies that this sound is what the sound mosquitoes are making at 3 a.m. So here's this. Yeah, and I don't even know if 1 second. I don't even think you heard that. 1 second. Okay, here we go again. Yeah, you're hearing it this time. I know you're hearing that. Okay. Right. So you heard that. That's unbearable. My promise to you is I'm gonna make this 2 minutes. Because I think I'm gonna give it a go. We'll see what happens. Here's the thing, Rat Pack. I have to clickbait this because it's gonna be a short runtime, and those typically don't do well. But if I can clickbait it, who knows what happens? And people love them or hate them. People love the Guinness Book of World Records. I think it goes back probably to everyone's experience in childhood of the Scholastic Book Fair, if you remember that, where it's like all these like fun books would come into the library and you could buy them, and then you could buy like toys and stuff. And so, and the Guinness Book of World Records was like the like main display because it's so colorful, and it even like has like some sort of like it produces its own form of energy. It has like a light source, the Guinness Book of World Records book somehow. Don't ask me how they do it, but they do something special with that book. And I think everyone just like kind of fell in love with the Guinness Book of World Records because of that. So we're gonna try it. If it fails, it fails. But here's the thing: I promise you, this episode brought in new viewers. And so if you're a new viewer, thank you for being here. I promise there's two of us typically. Pretty much always there's two of us. But we might cancel this podcast forever. And if we don't come back next week, then the podcast is done. But I promise you we'll be back next week to tell you how we feel about that thought. So, okay, here I go. I've got a timer up in front of me, and I'm gonna click start, and then I'm gonna hold this bad boy, and then we're gonna submit it to the Guinness Book of World Records, and you're all gonna be witness to it. So, Guinness Book of World Records, I promise you this is a real attempt. I have nothing to gain from this. I've already gotten to clickbait the episode. So, here we go. Okay, ready? I haven't even thought about how to do this. Okay, set. Okay, I got nervous. Okay, that's good though. I feel like I got a good breath. Breathing from the diaphragm, holding it. Not too much force at the start. Okay, here we go. Ready, set. Okay, so that was 25 seconds. I honestly thought, okay, I'm a little ashamed of 20. I'm not going to hear my promise to you. The episode has now been clickbaited. I'm not going to try it again. I genuinely think I have way more than 25 seconds in me though, and I'm a little bit embarrassed that that's what I put up there. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so that's what happened. Before I let you go, and I appreciate all you guys who are listening. It means the world to us. We'll be back next week unless we decide to cancel the episode. But even if we cancel, we're gonna be back next week. I promise. So let's give Tyler a call. I don't know why we can't. Okay, I'm calling him. And then he has a little audio clip.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
What are you doing?
Watching Lord of the Rings of Power.
Can I tell you?
Doing?
Can I tell you you're live on Until We Agree right now?
Oh no.
How do you feel about that? What do you want to say?
It's weird to be live, but not live.
You're kind of like our little gimmick this week. Just kind of calling in.
Yeah, I guess so.
I haven't.
How many minutes are you into it?
I'm at, dude. What if I told you I'm at 16 minutes right now?
How's that even possible?
Dude, I've got a lot to say. We probably should have done an episode this week. I have a lot on my mind.
Terrible episode.
No, okay. First of all, you have no idea what I just attempted, so don't even
I cannot wait to hear whatever that means.
Yeah. So I haven't played your audio clip yet, but what are your thoughts on canceling this podcast forever unless we come back next week?
I guess I'll have to see next week what happens. Right now, I'm feeling pretty Monday about it, though.
Don't I know it, man. All right, man. Well, you sound a little sleepy, so I'll let you go, and I'm going to get this bad boy over with. But you have a great night.
Sounds good. You too.
Dude, you're so lame. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was Tyler. He's usually a night guy. I'm surprised he's so sleepy. Anyways, that's fine. Okay. So that was Tyler, and now I'm going to give you Tyler again. Here he is.
What's up, Rat Pack? I know what you're thinking. What the heck? I'm alright, what the heck? There's only 3 to 5 minutes of this thing. And Matt's probably already explained that we both forgot about what day it was, because it's freaking Monday, and freaking Monday will do it to you. Never happened before, and it may never happen again. We're weighing our options on what to do with the show. So, who knows? We got a decision to make next week. We'll have an answer for you by next week. You know, there's a plethora of options. You know, we got a hiatus could be in the works. You may never hear from us again. So, we'll see. Let us know what you think we should do. But I guess to end this episode, since it's a real quick one, Matt and I can at least agree on something, and that will be that, yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree on this. Food poisoning is worse than Crohn's disease, and we've been saying that for years, and I think now that it's a serious episode, Matt can finally agree with me on that. So, see you later, Rat Pack.
Wow. Wasn't that so cool that he said all that? Cool. Okay. Now we're gonna go into Q&A, because that's what we do around here. I assume Kim has asked us a question. I really hope she has. If not, I'm out of my depth a little bit. I've never had to do this on my own. Let's see. Surely she's left a question. She always leaves a question. Oh yeah, she left a question. Kim. If you. So sorry, Rat Pack. If you want to be a part of the show Until We Agree with Matt and Tyler, this is Matt, by the way. You can do that by leaving a question, and you get to be forever immortalized in this show, which is sick. And so, leave us a question anywhere on Instagram at Until We Agree, TikTok at Until We Agree. If you're where you're listening, if you're on Spotify, there's an option to leave a question there. But anywhere else, you can also leave a question like in the reviews or anything. And we'll find it, we'll listen to it, or we'll read it out loud. You'll get shouted out, and you can be a part of this little podcast we've been putting together. So, Kim this week asks, UWA, which stands for Until We Agree if you're new, Until We Agree Wikipedia page dropping when. And this is, of course, in relation to last week's episode where we updated Nat King Cole, the famous singer from the 1950s and 60s, the one who wrote one of the lazier songs ever written, "Love," Love, which you can listen to our whole breakdown of that from last week. Whenever, just go to the last episode and it's there. But we were able to kind of make a mark in history and leave and update his Wikipedia page, and it was so easy. I will say, we were so excited because the episode ended and it was there, and I was like, oh, we just updated a Wikipedia page. How cool is that? Within about 2 minutes of that being updated, some Wikipedia bot came in and corrected it and got rid of it immediately. And so while we were so excited about it, that was immediately just destroyed. So it's harder to do than you think. But yeah, who knows? This podcast might be done forever. So maybe never Wikipedia page coming. But if we make it to next week, we might have a good answer for you. I guess we'll just have to see. But again, we will be back next week, but we also might cancel forever up until next week, and then we'll be back. Okay. I think we just got this bad boy to 20 minutes. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time. And do something good this week for someone. I'm in such a better mood when Tyler's not here. I feel like I can impart positivity. I forgot. Okay, sorry. I forgot our bit where we have to agree on something in the episode, and he did that in that sound audio clip. Sorry, I kind of listened to that, and then I forgot what it was in it, and then I just kind of doing a straight stream here, and I'm gonna put him in after the fact. Oh, but let me be upset that he said food poisoning is worse than Crohn's disease. Man, he always does this. He tries to mitigate or minimize my struggle, my issues in life, and that's offensive. I said I was going to agree with whatever he said there, and we can get out of this episode, but I think we can all agree that Tyler's just he's mean. I think I don't want to be too mean because then I stoop down to his level. He's just a mean guy. We'll be back next week. Hit it, Hutch.
Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
Wow, that was really good. Thanks, Hutch.